Hey, if you enjoy what I do, please drop a like on the video, click the bell if you want to, not necessary, and drop a comment. Want to give me feedback. Doing it like this because I'm pretty bad at selling out when I'm recording videos. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you there. This has probably been one of the most hype servants people have been waiting for years, since Lost Belt 1 started, since his inception with Koyanskaya, their brutal, devastating assault on Chaldea. People have been waiting for this man. They have hoped that he would be Kirei Kotomine from Fate Stay Night as a servant. Are they disappointed? Or does he live up to the hype? Let's get started. First off, base attack. This is below average for SSRs, and when I checked, he actually has the lowest attack of all SSRs. Now, that immediately might seem off-putting, but let me just say, he has so many things in his kit that multiply together that this low base attack isn't as big an issue as you would think. And it's not even that low. It's like 400 below the average for all SSRs as well. So it's not like he's like Bunny Artoria with like so horribly gimped base stats that he can't compete. No. He can definitely compete. It's just he's not at the top, which is fine. HP, this is higher than average for SSRs, but it's not super amazing. Like, I see Jacques that has like 16,000, and then I see Kirei with 14,000, or Van Gogh with 15,000, and like there's definitely a difference. It's not that big of a difference, but who knows, when you're getting hit by all the stuff in challenge quests, 1,000 HP is going to make a difference. 1,000 attack is always going to make a difference. Star weight, Star Gen, these are normal Ultra Ecos. I think the Star Gen is actually lower. Yeah, it's slightly lower. MP charge, 0.42. I have issues with this number, but if you look at his hit counts, these are ridiculously good. 4 being the lowest across the board, double arts, double quick, with quick being 5 hit and a 5 hit extra attack. If you're doing QABs with Kirei, your gain should be really, really good. Your Star Gen, and it should be MP Buster quick. Your Star Gen is going to be like really good. It's not going to be like, it's not going to be Jack. Your Star Gen is not going to be Jack. But your Star Gen is going to be decent. So QABs if you can, otherwise Arch Chain, you guys know the deal. First skill, 30% attack, debuff cleanse, heal HP for 2k. That might seem underwhelming, but then you see this is on a 4-turn cooldown. He has 75% uptime on a 30% attack buff. So if you use Atlas Mystic Code, that's 100% uptime on this skill for a good couple turns, with the possibility of you stacking this on the 3rd turn. That's good. That's a great start. Like, definitely this part might seem a little underwhelming, but wow. Like, this is the first part of the skill, definitely underwhelming. This part being on a 4 turn is really good. Second skill, Angra Mainyu, 30% battery if your teammates are evil, 20% battery if they are arts, 20% arts. So lawful evil, he double buffs himself. Like, already attack buff multiplying in an arts buff. He has an arts looping NP. Very, very good. He also does 2,000 to himself, but like, look at this. He can heal himself. He can heal himself this 2,000. It's a non-issue. You can pop this on turn 1 and literally not have an issue. He will literally heal what damage he does. Cool that he has that. I think that's great for his kit. And the third skill. I'm just going to link the X-Naya video that showed what this skill actually can do in the right circumstance. TLDR, you have to rely on a lot of RNG, but I think he had like 8 stacks of weird. I think he had like 8 stacks of MP damage because he got super lucky with the RNG part of this, and I'll explain in a little bit. But also Black Rail was proccing the guts. So sorry. Yes, you can use him in like normal serious stuff, but the fact that he has like a ridiculously hilarious meme situation, I'm not gonna cap that was the funniest shit I saw when he came out. All right, so let me actually explain what this skill does, because you might get confused. First, it gives him a one-time 3-turn guts. You revive with 1 HP. It is stackable with other guts. This is the big thing. If this was not a thing, you would be so fucking boned. Like, ridiculously boned in trying to, like, do challenge quests. Like, you would only get 20% MP damage, and that's it. Because this is not... Spoiler alert. This skill is never going to come, like, into play in normal farming. You should... Unless you're using Changong for your arts farming, which is weird. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying it's, like, really, really, really weird that you're going to, like, plug suit out a Castor... use plug suit with Castori and Changong just to get another 20% MP damage with Kirei. With also the chance of you fucking up your farming. Like, I'm just gonna link the X-Naya video because it is really, really funny. But basically, you are guaranteed 1 guts. You have an 80% chance to get another guts every time the guts goes away. Every time the guts procs, you get 20% MP damage, and you have a 3-turn taunt of all enemies to self. So, if you have Necromancy on him as well, those two have individual timers, and I believe it would eat the skill first, and if the skill doesn't work... No. Actually, if I'm reading this right, if it will take his guts first. Like this guts. If this doesn't activate, but you have Necromancy on, and Necromancy procs, you might get another of these guts back. Which is honestly crazy, because Tyra was the servant that like actually got the most out of Necromancy for a long time. Like Herc's Bond CE is way better than Necromancy because he's guaranteed 3 guts when Necromancy doesn't even guarantee 1 guts. It is a 12.5% chance for Necromancy to be as good as Herc's Bond CE. For Kirei, he's literally getting his own guts back from Necromancy. Now, I do think if you're farming, and you decide to use the Chengong thing for whatever reason, Black Grail is still going to be your friend because you might get more stacks of MP damage, even if it costs you actually farming. Like, there is such a high risk, low reward with trying to use Chengong in your Kirei farming. Is it going to be funny as shit when it works? Absolutely. It is hilarious. I find it hilarious seeing a Chengong like yeet Kirei, and then Kirei just goes Super Saiyan and does even more. What is that? 100% MP damage with Black Grail? Yeah, he gets 100% MP damage. Obviously, he just came out yesterday. There is no possible conceivable way I can decide every single comp that's viable for him. But it's funny stuff. It's funny stuff, and I'm glad that Xnaya was able to show that off yesterday. All right, I ranted about this skill, about how what it is. Let's keep going. Passive 8% arts, executor, crit damage, star gen. Very nice considering 5 hits on quick. Mental debuff resistance 30%. Harder to get stun, terror, charm, all those things, sleep, all those things. And then lore buff because of Rasputin, because I actually did go through and read his lore thing, even though I don't have him. I don't usually do that, but it's Kirei. I wanted to see why his ascensions looked like this, because it's not just he was in the Grail. That is not why he has these forms. It's not because he got absorbed, or it's not solely because Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, how that his whole relationship with Angraminyu was. It's not solely that. There is other reasons that has to do with the Alien God. But it's one of the reasons is directly tied to Angraminyu. I want to say get mana loading, because when I saw the 3-turn stuff with Kirei, he had a problem at the very start with Kirei's looping situation is very similar to Space Ishar. If you have the mana loading, even just at 1, it completely changes what mystic codes you can run. Basically to the point that he's farming Black Rail farmers like Space Ishar, Summer Ibuki, Muramasa. He's full on Black Rail. So if he has the mana loading, it greatly helps because his refund is not that good. Looping chart. And just keep in mind, he does less than a 4-star servant. Remember, this 4-star servant is at MP5. So keep that in mind. Also, half his kit you can't even use, or not half. His third skill you can't even use in farming unless you're meming. Tai Sui, these are easy comps. I'm sure it is more than possible to use Black Rail to farm with Kirei. It's just not people haven't fully tested. He came out yesterday. I don't think people had him bottom 6. I don't think people fully had him tested. We will see later. But his base MP game being what it is the issue with him using Black Rail in the first place. So, the other thing is his append is for casters. He is an alter ego. He naturally has class advantage against casters. So this is free extra damage against casters if you decide to roll for more than 1 copy of Kirei, or you decide to go full in on Bond for him to get enough coins to get another append. Which, it's Kirei. This is like, he is one of those characters you're gonna bond to bond 15 just because it's Kirei. I do that more for supports because I'm gonna be using them more, especially Castoria. She's getting her break for New Year's while she can. While she can, Zufu's taking up the slack, but eventually she's going to be back on the team and farming. But yeah, we're gonna get off topic. Yeah, extra damage against casters as an alter ego, very good. And you can always go for extra attack performance to help his gains out and his Sergeant. Because QABs with this are probably actually gonna slap. Alright. Oh, sorry. Alright. Zihaganye Angramainu. This NP. Mist brought up that he is like very Domin-like. If you look at his MP and his battery, I kind of want to agree because they are similar. Like they buff evil, they buff other people, and they buff themselves more than other people. That is Kirei and Domin in a nutshell. But this has to be the most lore-based MP I have seen because it gives burn amp, curse, and curse amp together when he's summoning the Holy Grail. Now, if you ever watched Fate Zero or the other routes or the routes in Fate Stay Night, you will know that the characters, when they touch that mud, they are burned and cursed immediately after walking in. The mud from the Grail and the fallout is the reason Shiro lost his memories in Fate Stay Night. Not in every route, not in every existence of Shiro, but in the Fate Stay Night, that's what traumatized him. To the point that he was worse than other versions of himself. Like his survivor's guilt, all that was way worse for him in Fate Stay Night than it was in, say, Prisma Ilia, where I think, I don't want to mix like what I see in fan fiction and like what actually happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a dead apostle attack in this town. I feel like that was fan fiction, but what's another good explanation for a disaster happening in Fate? Vampire attack, easy clap. No one's gonna question it. All right, enough about that. 150% damage mod against evil alignments, which is okay, and then a 60% chance to insta-kill good alignment enemies. But unlike Nidocris and much like Domin, this happens after damage. After damage. So you are fully getting your loop every single time. You don't have to worry about Summer Nidocris, Reese, like they're bullshit where they insta-kill before damage and just fuck up your loop. Nope. You are good. Normal damage scaling. And again, someone in my chat told me that he scales with his MP scales with the evil alignment damage. It does not. So you are fine at MP1. It's not an Arquid situation. It's not a Lady Avalon situation where the more copies you have, like the more damage or healing you do, like multiplied based on whether you have another copy or not. Just normal scaling. And his OC is the best part. It is flat out 20% arts. One turn though. I'm gonna have to double check my Elgato after this because that's annoying. I'm gonna try and finish this real quick. All right, so MP, good. Again, here is the damage chart. As you can see, MP5 tie speed definitely hitting harder than Kirei, but this is an MP5 free to play. And like also like Yeah. Yeah, no matter what, Tai Sui is probably, he always hits harder than an MP1 Kirei. If you have Tai Sui and you're just looking for like an arts farmer, I think Tai Sui just does it better. He does more damage. But not everyone has a Tai Sui, regardless of how good he is. But Kirei hits a very wide net. He is a farmer that has very good boss synergy, can do like really funny meme stuff. So if you're looking for someone, we're not even done yet. His Bond CE, oh my god. When equipped on Rasputin, 30% MP damage. When a Guts triggers, 20 stars. So he has options. He has Black Rail. He has his own CE. Because this CE is better than so many others. It's so good. It's not hurt good. But it's like, you're getting half of a normal Black Rail. And when the Guts procs normally, you get 20 stars. I think that's like, and there's no cooldown on this. So you might not get the burn from Black Rail, but if you happen to get burned or cursed, you're going to help proc your own stuff. You're gonna have to rely on RNG, but you might get 40 stars a turn for 3 turns. Isn't that crazy? I think that's like nuts, and you're playing for an 80% chance on this Guts procking, not a coin flip like Necromancy. And Necromancy is also decided at the start of the battle. This is calculated, whether the Guts procs or not, is calculated every single time. And I believe someone that was doing no, it was in the, I think it was in the Xnio video. Buff success rate does not affect this. I feel I should mention that buff success rate does not affect whether the Guts procs or not. He tried with Ozzy, didn't secure anything. You can tell in this video because he was doing weird chains, or I don't know if Naya is male or female. You can tell in their video by whether like the weird chains they're doing that they're like manipulating the RNG to keep trying to get the timeline where everything works out well. Because he'll have to play Guts procking from the Black Rail and Guts procking from the enemy. You have to play 2 RNG things there. Do I think Kirei is super dummy, absolutely broken? No. I'm with Mist on this, that like Kirei looks like fairly balanced, all things considered, from what we got this year. He's good. He has a very good niche that hasn't really been filled by people. Because they could have made him like, they could have made him just like SSR. He kind of is like an SSR version of Angramainu. Well, no. Like taking damage and getting stronger from it, that's not new. It is funny though, because like if you ever, I'm ranting about a whole bunch of different random stuff. I gotta close this video. This is like almost 25 minutes. I didn't think I'd be talking this long about Kirei ever. So, is he worth summoning for? We don't even know what's coming in the Lost Belt. I told myself and my chat, if I got MP2 Muramasa, I'd like fully go for Kirei. I have no expectations that's actually gonna happen. If I get Kirei, I get him, but I care more about my NA account and Muramasa. If that answers your question, I think Muramasa is better than Kirei, or easy way has more applications than Kirei. All right, I'm gonna end this video. It is time to start summoning for a sword because I need some swords. I'm lacking. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.